The theme of this evening is wellness, and I've been asked to talk to you about meditation and to guide a short meditation. How is your breath today? Are we breathing like gods or breathing like dogs? If we observe nature, which animals live the longest? Which mammals live the longest? The whale, the tortoise, the elephant. These animals breathe 4 to 5 times a minute, the whale much less. If we observe the rabbit, it breathes around 40 breaths per minute. The life is shorter. Some yogis believe that our life is determined by a number of breaths from the moment we are born. So if we spend our life agitated, restless, we're breathing quickly. The average human breathes around 16 breaths per minute. Now, you may not have observed, but the breath is changing from nostril to nostril, if we are healthy, every 1.5 to 2 hours. If you exhale now, which side is the breath coming out of? There will be 3 answers. It is coming out predominantly from the right-hand side, from the left-hand side, or it is in the middle. Now, why is this? And why is it important? Because if we transform the breath, we can transform the mind, and we can transform our lives. In the spine is an invisible channel. I'm teaching you about yogic philosophy. Much of this is written in what's known as the Bible of Yoga by Patanjali, a sage that lived many thousands of years ago. There is an invisible channel going up the spine called the sushumna. The left-hand side of the spine, going up to the left-hand side of the nose, is a channel called Ida. And on the right-hand side is a channel called pingala. So what is happening? I can tell you something. When somebody is restless all of the time and can't sleep, predominantly there will be no breath coming out of the left-hand side. And someone who is low in energy, there will be very little breath coming out of the right-hand nostril. To get balance in our life, and one of the purposes of meditation is to regulate the breath naturally, not through control. So when we have the breath on the right-hand side, it is a good time for activity, also for eating, digestion. When it is on the left-hand side, it is a good time to be relaxed, to do gentle activities. And when it is in the middle, it is a good time to meditate. But that does not mean that we should wait for the breath to be in the middle to meditate. I'm merely telling you what that breath is doing. If you're healthy, it will change every 2 hours from right, stay in the middle a little, and go to the left, if we have optimum health. And when we meditate, there are many, many practices of meditation. Many of you have tried meditation. Some have continued, some have given up. To have a healthy mind and a healthy body, we need oxygen. So it is good for physical exercise to keep our body functioning, for the mind also to feel good. But if we don't clean the mind in the same way we clean a pot and pan, then it is very difficult to obtain calmness. It is very difficult to obtain clarity. It is very difficult to obtain stillness. So when we meditate, we breathe in and out of the nostrils. Now you can look up scientifically, there have been studies where it shows we bring in more oxygen into the body by breathing in and out of the nose. We inhale less rubbish from the air. Many, many benefits from breathing in and out of the nostrils. Some of you may have heard of a tennis player called Jack Draper. He's the new England star who's rising up the ranks. I read recently that he is playing tennis And he's purposely breathing in and out of his nose. So it is a little interesting. When I go to the gym each day, most days, I breathe in and out of the nose calmly. Around me, there are people pushing themselves, breathing in and out of the mouth, nearly having heart attacks. What happens in meditation is that we will focus, which we will do. We focus in, there are 7 main chakras in the body, energy centers. One is on the top of the head. One is just above the eyebrows. One is in the throat, the chest, stomach area below the belly button, behind the sexual organs, the base of the spine. These are 7 chakras. Now, Patanjali explained that when we have a problem in our body, if our energy is not balanced between the centers, and remember, we are only energy. We think, you're thinking you're looking at David, a body, a skeleton, whatever else is going on inside. But actually, we're a mass of energy. So energy attracts, and energy dictates how we feel, how we think, and how we are. So when we're meditating, we're going for stillness, stillness in the mind, stillness in the body. We're sending the signal of calmness. So when we look at the base chakra at the bottom of the spine, this relates to smell. Behind the sexual organs, taste, stomach area, sight, center of the chest, touch, and this center, sound. The bottom area of the spine relates to physical health and material wealth. The second center is not just sex, friendships, relationships. The stomach area relates to food. What we put in our body affects the mind. It affects everything. Heart center, emotions. Too much emotion, no emotion. Throat, how we express ourselves. Are we afraid to speak, or can't we stop talking? Or are we extreme in our views? So now, when you look at your life, you already can identify the areas where you're having some difficulties. So when we meditate, we're firstly focusing here. In meditation, the base of the tree is the head. Inside is the pituitary gland, which the yogis believe is a powerhouse. It's the powerhouse for our life. So more we attention here, looking at our life down here, life is more beautiful. We feel more joy. The other thing is that in the right-hand side of the brain and the left-hand side of the brain, there are certain characteristics. So in the right-hand side of the brain is anger, pride, cruelty, insincerity, unhappiness, ego. The left-hand side of the brain is calmness, sweetness, joy, humility. So when we're meditating in the center down the body, this channel begins to open and we feel all the positive energy come out and manifest in our life. And also we get more balance. The other benefit of breathing in and out of the nose is if we feel agitated, we can't speak. Of course, nowadays we have to sit on our hands because this hand is now very dangerous with the messages and the emails. We don't put good food in a frying pan that we didn't wash. So the point is, it is not necessarily the mind needs cleaning, but we are a stream of thoughts. I think somebody said that there are 60,000 thoughts, 85% are repetitive, and about 80% are negative. So we spend our life regurgitating these thoughts. Again, the purpose of meditation is take us to our true nature. What is our true nature? Our true nature is to be happy, content, calm. And the idea is to bring this into our daily life, into our careers, And hopefully, as we meditate, there are benefits to the family. Now, some of you will tell me that your meditation is golf, your meditation is swimming, or something else. All of this is positive, but it is not meditation. There are many techniques of meditation, but the reason most people give up is they expect an instant result. First, we have to plant the seed. You know, some years ago in Guernsey, I went to a greenhouse where the guy was planting and producing amazing tomatoes. And you know what he told me? He said he uses half a tomato seed for one plant. And he said that his father used a quarter of a seed for one plant. Imagine how small that seed is. But from that small seed, look what comes. So in the same way, we're planting a seed when we're meditating, but we have to fertilize that seed to grow. So when the seed begins to grow, our desire to be happy inside without an external influence or an external habit. Because what happens? You know, when I worked, I was a trader, I was a young entrepreneur. In my early 30s, I was stressed and burnt out already. The magic pill of meditation came. No matter if I got up at 5 a.m. to go to a meeting, to get there a few hours later, I always meditated 30 minutes a day. I made the time. The truth is, we can always make time for what we want to do. So what's the point? Because quite rightly you say, well, why should I do it? The point is that when the breath is calm, we will get more clarity in our lives. We will get more stillness. We will feel better. We'll oxygenate the body. And slowly, the areas we identified where some were having trouble will begin to balance. As is the mind, so is the breath. And as is the breath, so are we. Now, when we meditate, there are certain things to remember. To sit straight. This opens up the channel, the invisible channel from the top to the bottom of the spine. We keep the chin a little down. This slightly activates the thyroid so we don't fall asleep. It is good to open the window a little bit. We also have to close the doors. We close the door to the room. We're closing our eyes. We're turning off the senses of smell, of speech, of hearing. So we're closing these doors. 7 doors we're closing. Now, a good question to ask is, does meditation work if my mind is busy? Because many people think that their mind became busier when they started to meditate. This is incorrect. The mind is always busy. It's just when we stop and look inside, suddenly we see how busy the mind is. When we're meditating, which we're going to do in a moment, we're watching the life force in each breath. We're gently bringing attention to these energy centers. That is all we're doing. Ignore the thoughts, ignore the mind. Watch the life force in each breath. Years later, the mind will thank you. So, let us begin to meditate. Please sit straight. Your hands can be flat. They can be together like this. Be relaxed. Close your eyes, chin slightly down. Gentle attention, center of the forehead, just above the eyebrows, a little inside. Watch the breath there. Watch the life force in each breath. Gentle breathing, no control, in and out of the nostrils. Keep the spine straight. Gentle, relaxed focus just above the eyebrows, a little inside. Watch the rhythm of the breath. Watch the life force within each breath. Slowly bring your attention down to the center of the throat, a little inside. Watch the breath there. Watch the life force, the energy within the breath, center of the throat. Gentle breath in and out of the nostrils. Keep the spine straight. Gentle relaxation, gentle focus, center of the throat. Slowly bring your attention down to the center of the chest, little inside. Watch the life force in each breath. Gentle attention in and out of the nose. No control. Ignore the thoughts. Slowly bring your attention down to the stomach area, little inside. Watch the breath there. Feel the life force in each breath. Ignore the thoughts. So what? Slowly bring your attention down, just behind the sexual organs in front of the spine. Watch the breath there. Feel the purity, the life force, the chi, known as the prana. Each breath, gentle attention, second chakra. Keep the spine straight, chin slightly down. Calm breath, calm mind. Slowly bring your attention down to the base of the spine, known as the Muladhara chakra. Watch the breath there. Watch the energy, each breath. Be the witness. Just be. Keeping the attention on the breath, slowly open your eyes. If you invest 1% of your day, which is around 15 minutes a day, in meditation, see what is happening. See what is the change. It takes time. Integrate it in your life if you think it will be of benefit to you. I hope you've had a little taste of meditation. And by the way, it is quite natural you get many thoughts in meditation. I need the loo. Did I feed the cat? Where am I having dinner tonight? This is all normal. But we're not that important. Switch off the phone for 15 minutes. See it as a timeout for you. If you've only got 5 minutes, focus in the center of the chest, close the eyes, spine straight, chin a little down. Close off the doors, the senses. Just watch that breath, that calmness in the center of the chest. Take care.